stitching out's finished. Now I've just got to peel away all the surplus HT vinyl. These pegs, by the way, you can find them on Amazon. I got these on Temu, but they've got very similar on Amazon. Look for beach towel clips or beach towel pegs, and they're perfect for holding your fabric out of the way. So take them off. Right. Right, let me move the camera down a bit so you can see what I'm going to do next. Right, I'm going to peel away. I've got the HTV held down with tape. I'm going to peel away all the excess from the outside. You want to take a bit of time doing this, don't rush it, because you don't want to accidentally peel off bits that you need. Right, that's that bit off. Now I've just got the other little bits from the inside. Where's my tweezers? I know I've got tweezers in here somewhere, or I did have. No, maybe I've moved them into a different bag. There they are. Right, so now I've got to take off these bits from inside the letters. Let me turn my iron on while I'm waiting. And you want to make sure you get all the surplus off before you apply any heat to it, because otherwise you'll never get it off afterwards. This design is from Anita Good Design, and it's their, what's it called, negative. It's one of their negative designs, and it's actually from back in 2016. Right, so that's that off. So I'm now going to pop it out of the hoop. Put my hoop out the way. Oops. Now, because this is a, let me just show you the back. Because this is a stretch fabric, this is how I do it. I've got an iron-on stabilizer which stabilizes the fabric and stops it stretching, and I then use a cutaway, a soft cutaway in the hoop. So it's basically got two lots of stabilizers on it. That's how I do it. That's how I've always done it with garments. Right. So that's it. I'm now going to give that a press. But before I do that, I need to cover it so it doesn't stick to my iron. There we go, all finished. Just brightened up a plain black sweatshirt. So, and because this is now being ironed on, it means it will stay on when it's being washed. If you don't apply the heat afterwards to the heat transfer, it will all just come off in the wash. Hi, good afternoon and welcome back to Homespun in Wales. Oh, let me just get comfy there. Right, right, first off, where are we? As you saw a bit of a video there, I was making this sweatshirt. So that's one thing off my list, so I'm quite happy with that. And it was using HTV and doing a negative space embroidery. So yeah, so that was that done. Right, let's give you a quick update on this week and what's been happening. Let's go through first off what was in the April box. Little hedgehog, he's done. Little proggy hedgehog. Yeah, so I got him all finished. He's got a bit of fluff on him. So that's that all finished, out of the way. I do have another couple of these kits which I need to get my shop, online shop, in order, and I've got another couple of kits for doing these proggy hedgehogs available. You got a bit covering up your eye there you go. So I need to sort of get them into the shop. So there we go. So let's put him out of the way somewhere. Now on the other one of the other items, oh, I did get, hang on, I said I had some frogging back to do on some knitting. Right, that's done. There's two more small balls there, but that's that all done, out of the way. Throw them over there. One of the other projects was this embroidery, and let's put it in the bag. And I've made quite good progress with it. So I'm just doing the lady's hair now. Oh, hang on, my camera's trying to move out the way. There we go. I'm just doing the lady's hair now. I've got 3 more to do and then I can trim them up and style them. But apart from that, it's all done now. So that has been, that I've actually quite enjoyed sitting doing that again in the evenings, a bit of hand embroidery. Right, what else was there? No, that was about it from the April box. Yeah, so I am sort of making progress with them. Now, when I went on the retreat, one of the embroidery files we were given, I did actually stitch out at the time, but I just never got it assembled. So I have since got it assembled, and it's a little, I've done it as a hair bow. So, and I've added the beads as decoration. I've added the gold glittery tool as decoration, and it will be a hair clip go on it, and it will just clip on the back there. So I got that one done. That was thanks to Linda, that file was from. Now, last month, March, I had this quilt that I had to work on. So it is almost finished, and I've started putting chenille on it. Now I'm doing a whole separate video on this to show how I've done it, and I've done a minky back on it as well. So there's a whole separate video coming up, and it will be available in a couple of days, showing exactly where the idea came from and how I've gone about doing it. So that's that done. This is going to be a very, very short video today, I think. Updated video. Now I've got next weekend, I've got a craft fair coming up, and there's always I've been pulling out my boxes and going through what I have got stock wise, and of course I do want to sort of try and get a shot of the stock that I've got. It's only a little craft fair, it's just in a little village, it's for 2 hours, so you know, it's not going to be any big shakes of making vast amounts of money or anything like that, but I do want to add some new stock, etc. as well. So far this year I've booked into 4, 5, I think 5, maybe 6 craft fairs. So and I'm keeping them all sort of very low key, unless I go into sort of one of the big ones, but otherwise it's going to be low key. Now I had this idea of doing some, I've got these, let me take one out to show you. I've got these little notebooks, little A6 notebooks, which have just got plain paper in them. And I bought them as a job lot a couple of years ago. I bought them and I mistook them. I thought they were hardback, but they're not. They're just little flimsy softback plain paper. And I think I bought a job lot of 50, and I've got 22 of them left. I have sort of done covers for them over the years and sold them, and I've done them with zodiacs on and that type of thing. But I thought I would try and do something aimed at children, so I've made these little covers, and the notebook, let me just show you one that I've got put together. The notebook just slips into the pockets on each side there, and I've done them with all sort of like children's style fabrics that would appeal to children, but I've added a little pocket, I don't know if you can see it very well on that one, to the front, and put these pencils in. Now, do you remember these pencils? These are the ones where you pull out the end and you push it in, or the top, and the next colour pops out the bottom. Now I remember my children having something very similar, but they were plain lead pencils, and these are colouring pencils, so I thought these would go well with the little notebooks. I'll pop a link down below where I got them from on where did I find them? Amazon, I think it was. And the little pocket, the notebook cover itself is a Creative Kiwi design, so it's all done in the hoop, all done in one go. And then the little pocket, that is just a bit of the scrap fabric left over, and I cut 4.5 inches by, is it 3 inches, and just turned the top seam over, and then stitched all the way around, turned a seam in and stitched it all the way down, covering half of the, covering over the spine bit there, so just big enough to put the little pencil in, and they could probably put a little pen in there as well. So they are going on my stall next weekend. I thought I might, if there's enough people interested, I might do a video showing the types of things that I have on my stall. And that is about it really for this week. That's about all I have done. I had I've just been sort of making these notebook covers and finishing off a few UFOs and that. Now I did have come, I don't even know what possessed me to order them actually. Right, let me pull these all out because they're all supposed to be a pack of 20, but there's more than 20 in the pack. I think there was about 22 or 24, and these are all silk scarves. Now I ordered them from a company. I wanted some plain calico, and I ordered a mixed pack of plain coloured calico, and I don't know if you can see it, but I've got it stacked up the very top there of my sewing room. Let's put them down there. So I ordered these scarves because they had them on special offer. 100% pure silk, made in India. Right, just drop them down there. So now, to me, I was expecting them to be long scarves, but they're not. They're big squares. Lovely, lovely size. But I don't quite know what I'm going to do with them. Well, I've got a bit of an idea, and I might try and get some made up for the craft fair next week. But there's some beautiful colours, and it is a lovely silk. And they are ever so big. Let me try and measure them. How big are they? Right, my cutting mat is 35 inches. 36, 37, 38, about 40. About 40 inches square. Yeah, so that's a lot of silk, and I can't even remember how much they were. And I got them from, was it a pound a metre place I bought them from, or the giant fabric warehouse, somewhere like that. I saw the advert, but I saw the advert for the plain calico, the plain coloured calico, and it was a mixed pack of calico, and it is I can't even reach it, but there's a purple, pale blue, jade, cream, pink, red, burgundy, and you know what, I can't even remember what it was I had in mind when I ordered it. So there we go. But so that is about my week, really. Just a couple of projects finished off, working on others, and I've been doing some tidying up and sorting out down in the cabin. I seem to be forever. That's a lifelong project, doing that. And each time I'm being more and more ruthless of what I'm clearing out on it. And I get rid of stuff, but then it doesn't seem any better. Although it is a lot better. I'm trying to create a space where I can have my cutting table up. I've only got one leaf of it up at the moment, and I want the whole thing up so that I can cut out the pattern for the top that I want to do. So yeah, and I've had an idea about a design wall. At the moment I've got my design wall in here. Whoops, I turn you around. It's up there, but it's not practical. It's not really accessible, and I would like it down my cabin. So I thought about like a pull down projector. So I've been looking at projector screens, so it can be fixed to the ceiling, and then putting the design wall on it so the whole thing can just be pulled down when I want to use it. I don't know whether that's feasible or not, so if anybody's tried that, let me know. But that's what I'm thinking of down there. And then I could, in theory, have some more shelves put up there. And that will, because I've got a few boxes here on the floor. I've got one with jelly rolls, and I've got some with embroidery flosses and that in. And if I had a couple of shelves on there, that would yeah, take the stuff up off the floor. Right, that is all I've got to say for this week. Like I said, there is a video coming out later this week showing how I did the China blue quilt. and yeah, that's it. Nothing much else to say. So take care, everybody, and thank you very much for tuning in, and I will catch up again with you very, very shortly.